Hello to my Leos. All right, Leos, this video is for the 22nd through the 28th of June. Let's get right into it. We start a whole new cycle and a new moon in Cancer on the 25th. So let's see what's in your cards. The moon, I believe, is in Taurus, so that affects your throat chakra. So that's about manifestation, speaking things into existence. So let's get into it. Alrighty, let's start out with setting an intention. I honor each day with gratitude. That's a nice way to start each day, right? Let's see what's going on. Starting each day with gratitude. Let's go. Okay, let's get into it. 818. Life is a never ending loop. One cycle of your life is ending, but another is beginning. The shift can feel catastrophic. Well, we're ending a cycle. So let's see. The shift can feel catastrophic, but it's the natural way of things. Be on the lookout for other signs coming your way. Your communication with your angels is strong right now. So draw another card with an intention of receiving guidance in your next steps as the current cycle ends and the next one begins, right? A lot of you all may have learned a lot from other Leos, right? Other Leos. A lot about yourself from other Leos, right? All Leos are not the same. Let's see. Let's see what's going on here. All right. Let's get into your reading. Okay, these cards want to just jump out the deck. Okay, that's something. Okay, I saw money there. Okay, this card fell sideways. Okay, this card fell out in reverse. Um, kind of sideways reverse. So, alrighty, what does that mean? Okay. All right. Um. Hmm. That's interesting. Okay. All right. So, hmm. So let me start out with my regular. Okay, so I've already prayed over your cards, right? Those two cards fell out. I'm like, okay, these cards just jumped out of the deck. Um, okay, no wonder. Okay, so 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 usually I start. Okay, so I started out with an intention. The moon is in Taurus, right? So you may be giving some energies. You may be giving two energies. Usually, usually as we're closing out a cycle. Usually when we're closing out a cycle in general, Leos, you are learning a lot about yourself. It's always good to set an intention during a new moon, right? So we're coming up on a new moon in Cancer. Cancer is the mother and money sign of the zodiac. Obviously, well, I can't say obviously, but we've all learned that money is not just paper and coins, it's a form of energy. So if you want to receive, more money or more feelings of self-worth, you got to be real careful of how you're spending your time. Time is money. Is like how you're spending your time, learning how to be more conservative with your time. What I'm seeing here is that source really wants you to live a softer life, really just trying to help you to live a softer life. And somebody is really kind of sort of learning how to be sort of like a loner in a sense, like spending more time alone and really trying to process, your thoughts, less time around energies who are um, somebody spending more time in the sun, so to speak, spending more time cleansing, stale energies off of you that like to keep things a secret. Somebody is starting to spend more quality time just processing your downloads, your dreams, and just kind of like trying to process what you're hearing, learning how to read between the lines, those kind of things. And somebody may have been spending, right, a lot of time around energies who have been possibly keeping things a secret from you. And that's why this card fell out, right? It's almost like it fell out sideways and then it fell out in reverse. I'm like, So somebody could have been spending some time possibly around Earth energies. That would be Virgo, Taurus, um, um, well, sixth house would be Virgo, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be a Virgo, but I'm talking about like sixth house. Sixth house speaks to like health, work habits, daily routines, fitness, pets, service to others, diet, spiritual practices. So, not to say that it is a Virgo, but these are areas that somebody maybe want to be learning how to be a little bit more meticulous in those areas, right? So, somebody may say, for instance, you may want to move from like less spending time in your fifth house, like, yes, still having that inner child come out and play, but being a lot more meticulous about your sixth house, meaning your health, your work habits, daily routines, fitness, pets, service to others, diet, spiritual practices. So those things may now start taking a front seat, right? So somebody is now spending more time alone, right? And focusing more on your health, right? Because life is a never ending loop, and then who you're spending time around does make all the difference because you're being in close proximity. Somebody's really now starting to pay more attention to their auric layer, is what I'm seeing here. Is that it can make a difference who you're around, who you're talking to. All those things can make a difference. And so somebody's really starting to detach themselves from drama, in other words, because that can make you sick. It literally can make you sick. Being around those things, it can make you sick. It can affect your mental and your physical health. And some people are starting to realize why people are loners, why people don't want to be around certain energies. How you can just hear how it just deteriorates, how it just can literally make people sick. Yeah. And it's just heartbreaking to just hear people, when people are talking about them trying to see this right here, broken heart, mend their broken heart through depression, divorce, surgeries, those kind of things. And every time they try to move on from broken things, here comes something to try to just unravel it again, right? So, and just to hear it, people talking about it. So, you honoring each day with gratitude is what I'm seeing here in your cards. We're going to make this reading short and sweet because somebody is, again, learning how to just live a softer life. And so when you're around energies who are in that toxic energy, somebody's just learning how to be more out in the sun. So here we have the Nine of Wands here. So somebody is definitely not going back to something. Something really has you in your ninth house. Something has you in your ninth house. Higher education, philosophy, law, religion, travel, ethics, morals. Somebody's kind of like learning how to be more adaptable, seeing things from a higher frequency, seeing how sometimes um, why people, are to themselves, because again, money is a form of energy, and how people, how disappointing it can be. Here we have Queen of Pentacles here. Yeah, here we have the fourth. But somebody is finally getting some rest. Somebody is finally getting some rest. 3 and 4 is 7. Yeah, somebody is finally getting some rest. 7 of Swords would be like character assassination. And not everybody, again, is talking about people negatively behind their backs, but that's what I'm seeing each day. Somebody's honoring each day with gratitude. So the Magician card, somebody is initiating some kind of change and leaving some dark magicians behind. And again, honoring each day with gratitude. So because you know your worth and you know your value. This right here. This is who you're aligning yourself with, energies who know their worth and they know their value in their families. This is who somebody is spending their time with. Right? So remember, this is genderless. This is genderless. Don't necessarily look at the color. that kind of thing. Gender, all of that. Somebody know who is kind of sort of responsible for um, baiting people into things and then switching up on some things. Yeah. So after the moon moves from Taurus, and this is again your throat chakra being affected, then it's going to move into Gemini. So Gemini rules third house, right? So Taurus rules second house. Second house is about the physical existence of things, including self worth. Gemini rules third house, and that's about early education, intelligence, sibling relationships, logic, reason, communication, skills, short trips, hobbies, those kind of things. Somebody is creating something new. You could have new love coming across your path, but whatever it is you have, you're protecting it. Like, see how this person has their hands protecting something? You're protecting something new that you have coming across your path. But somebody is breaking some kind of generational cycle chain and curse, being alone for a minute, right? And again, even if you're married, somebody is learning how to just take a minute to just get out in the sunlight, process their thoughts. I know I've heard of man cave, but what is it for women? Like women, I know women, it's not a woman's cave, but y'all know what I'm saying. And something for you is going to feel like you hit the jackpot, like in terms of just creating something like a divine group of friendships with people that you know that source brought people together. Right here we have the Knight of Wands here, where people can just be free. People can just be themselves. They can just be free. Um, And so it's something that source is putting on someone's heart to pull together, where it's a divine group of energies where people can just be free. Um, Remember also what's coming together too is, I mean, what's retrograde right now is the Judgment card, right, which is the outermost planet. So you're breaking some kind of generational cycle chain and curse. And I feel like everybody is in their own way as far as family is concerned. So you're definitely doing something new. Definitely doing something new. So the emphasis is not so much on who has the most money, who has the biggest house, who has the best cars, who has the best this and that. Not to say that it ever was Leo. I mean, high vibrating Leos are not like that anyway. But something has come to light, and a Leo has sought, that the fact that you all are ruled by the sun, you brought something to light. So Queen of Wands here. So somebody is definitely determined to do something. Somebody is definitely determined to do something where people can feel included, where people don't feel left out, people don't feel worthless, their kids don't feel like they're not good enough. Something a Leo is doing as far as family is concerned. So you're creating something, because something has been really just heartbreaking to hear. Yeah, Three of Cups. So some kind of a celebration or something, some kind of circle of support or community or something is coming together. People are talking about something. All right, Six of Cups here. Yeah, so this has been a wish fulfilled. Looks like for two energies. Some kind of wish is being fulfilled for two energies, looks like. And something that you are creating. So this is nice. This is very, very nice. This is what I have for you. So this is some kind of family, something that you're putting together, that this has been a wish fulfilled for. I guess this is a wish fulfilled for you and someone else that you are spearheading, it looks like, Leo. that source must have placed on your heart for you to break some kind of generational cycle, chain, and curse, where people are coming together, where people don't feel judged or like they were baited into something, and people are switching up and being shady and playing games and being ruthless, where people don't want to come back to something. So source placed something on your heart to lead something within your family. So this is nice. So yeah, you've been journaling. You've been journaling. Okay, I had to make some more room. But you've been journaling. Here's 29 right here. You getting off the fence. You're taking some kind of action. You're taking some kind of action. It's number 29. You're taking some kind of action. Let's see here. And that's the way everybody plays their role in breaking some kind of family generational cycles, chains, and curses. Because there's two people that have full knowledge of everything, and of like the heartbreak. They have all the they have um so like usually in every family there's somebody who has full knowledge, or like everybody has their role. Like somebody has information where they collect like information and they just kind of sit on the information. You have some people who take action, but everybody has their kind of sort of role in doing something. Nobody's role is more important than the others. um and usually Leos are the ones that's like I would say high vibrating Leos are the ones that's like the fun, the ones that kind of like brings the fun to it, like the kind of like gets people together in a fun, playful, like kind of um, helps everybody to bring out their inner child. And I know what people say about Leos, but y'all know what I say about Leos on this channel. So forget, what people and I'm not saying that in a way, because people have had their legitimate feelings about, some people have had really bad experiences with Leos, right? So um so I'm not dismissing that, but because their feelings are, whoever has had their bad experiences with Leos, their feelings are valid. um so we're not trying to invalidate those. But some people have had really positive experiences with Leos. And so focusing on the high vibrational Leos, where people have had really positive experiences with Leos, where Leos have made a positive impact on people's lives, where people have felt included and have had a good time around Leos, have fun, being, you know, a positive impact and inspired by Leos, where Leos have had people cracking up laughing. So it's sort of saying, so you're learning how to detach and understand how powerful your leadership is. And when you, in a high vibrational way, how powerful fifth house is. You are ruling fifth house. Leo's ruling fifth house, and that's romance. Allowing your inner child to come out and play in the form of like romance, creativity, children, projects, fun, self-expression, hobbies, what makes you feel good, and learning how to detach um, just the dark, side of, low vibrational energies. So with detachment, you finally feel whole inside, with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. Ironically, that's often when it's fulfilled, right? I feel like what I'm picking up on is like people may have been buying too much into what people may have been hearing about low vibrating Leos overall. So if somebody may have said about you that they don't like Leos, somebody may have taken that to heart. I mean, you can't be the Leo representative for all Leos. How could you be? I mean, like, somebody say they don't like Leos, they're basically saying they don't like the Leo that hurt them. That's very personal. Okay, were you the Leo that hurt them? Okay, their feelings are just as valid as yours. So anyway, that's what I'm saying here in the cards. So honor each day with gratitude. There are a lot of Leos out here that's making a very powerful impact on people's lives. Um, and so that's what Source is trying to help somebody learn how to do, is like learn how to move on from um, disappointment of assuming people are talking about you when somebody says Leos. The messenger of God, Angel Gabrielle, with you. Somebody has not been completely honest with you. I don't know who that is, but get focused. It's time. And this is somebody in your family, looks like. Who is this in your family? Somebody hasn't been completely honest with you about their health, their work habits, their daily routines, their fitness, their pets, their service to others, their diet, their spiritual practices. Yeah, somebody in your family has not been completely honest with you about those areas. Here's time to ground yourself. They've been holding on to some information. It's time for you to schedule a vacation. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't cast your pearls before swine. It's time to start dating again for somebody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Yeah, somebody in your family hasn't been completely honest with you about those um, things. I don't know. You're gonna have to pray about it. Source will let you know who it is, what's going on. But yeah, karmic couple in somebody's family. And karmic couple doesn't mean that it's a bad couple. Just so we're crystal clear, karma and dharma. It just means that there's a lesson that they need to teach. It's a lesson that you're supposed to learn because people get karma all wrong. It's a lesson that you're supposed to learn from them. It's something about your light that irritates their demons. And it's something that you shine a light on them that you're supposed to help them, but they're supposed to help you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And only source is going to reveal that to you and to them. And that's it. That really is all it is. It's supposed you're there to help them in some way, shape, form, or fashion. This is somebody in your family. You're there to help them in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Maybe they're not ready. And somehow you're supposed to detach. You're supposed to detach from that. Whoever, and it could be somebody whose sun or moon is Leo. I mean, um, but something that your light has shined a light on some darkness that they've been trying to hide, and you've been spending some time around them, and it's something that you're spending time is money. You've been spending time around them, and you're spending time, and you're shining a light on something that you've been talking about some things, and source is bringing something to light for you that's going to make you not go back to maybe oversharing. You've been putting a lot of energy into some things, but you're learning how to honor each day with gratitude. Yeah, somebody hasn't been completely honest. You've been casting your pearls before, and somebody hasn't been honest with you about some things. So that's what I have for you. That is what I have for you. All right. Hopefully this is helpful. I will see you all in the next video. Yeah, I will see you all in the next video. All righty. Yeah, let me see what else we got. Close this video out. Yeah. Worth. You have been worthy to belong to love all along without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. In fact, you are love itself. Uh-huh. So you'll be spending some alone time, possibly going to the beach or near water, just to kind of sort of do a spiritual cleanse. You don't necessarily have to get in the water, but you may just be near water just to do some kind of spiritual cleanse. Um, and out in the sun for sure, just to honor each day with gratitude. And that is what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. And I will see you all in the next video. All right. Bye.